Hello and welcome back to another pretty HD video. Now, normally today I would have uploaded a career mode episode. Now, all you career mode fans will be very annoyed that I haven't. I understand. Again, I admit I'm really slacking with my career mode at the moment. But there is a few reasons why, which I'm not going to indulge into just yet, unless in a future time they sort of get worse. So that is when I will indulge into them. But for now, don't expect a massive increase. Just expect a slow but gentle rate of uploads. Either way, we've got a bit of a FUT Ultimate Team bit of news. Now, it's probably not news to most of you, so let's not call it news. Let's call it opinions, reactions, response. There's been a very varied response to the FUT price ranges which have been introduced to Ultimate Team as of the 9th of March 2015 UK time. The FUT price ranges basically mean, if you didn't know already, that players are capped with a minimum price and a maximum price. This price varies depending on the player, depending on their current price in FIFA Ultimate Team, and that means that you cannot simply put a player up for more than its value, meaning coin sellers are massively reduced. That is how it basically works, which is understandable. It's a great idea in my opinion. But let's look and go through the negatives and positives and then sort of conclude with my opinion. Now, the price ranges also mean that because they've been introduced mid-game, people who haven't bought coins have a massive disadvantage. Because those who have bought coins, they have the millions, whilst it's impossible for those who haven't already to not, basically. So I'm one of them who haven't bought any coins so far in FIFA 15 Ultimate Team. Not any whatsoever. I've bought 50 points, that is it. That's all I've bought. I've earned all my coins, which is something I'm pretty proud of. It's something that I can stand by and say that's how I've worked. But at the same time, now this puts me on a massive disadvantage and sort of annoys me. But I would understand why EA would put it mid-game. It's almost like this is the trial run. The thing is, because player prices are so high, I believe that next year in FIFA 16, when the market crash hasn't already happened, when the inflation isn't there, when there isn't so many coins in circulation around the market, the prices will be cheaper. Because the fact is, here, as you can see, you've got Messi. His minimum price, 5 million, maximum price, 7.5 million. Next year, I can see that being somewhere as low as 1 million minimum price. That is because without coin sellers, it is virtually impossible to get that much money unless you spend money on FIFA points and then you get a good player in a pack. The point is, that's so unlikely. So the problem that we're facing here, it's a good idea only if EA basically reduce their FIFA point prices and manage to put a better pack percentage of, let's say, 89 rated plus players in the packs. That is the only way that I think this will be fully 100% successful. At the moment, these are what the new features are designed to do. It's basically help FUT gamers understand the value of players in their club, which, you know, you can just go on FUT ahead for that anyway, so that's all a load of bollocks. Make high-rated players more attainable for all FUT gamers and ensure a level playing field. That is where, yes, it makes sense. It means that high-rated players are the same price, which means everyone can get them. But that will only come into place next year. Currently, if you're speaking about present tense, it's pretty much stuffed the game up for me. I can't get anyone good now, because I can't buy coins, and I'd have to earn them coins, and it would take a very long time to earn 5 million coins just from playing games, or if I didn't want to play games, then I'd have to spend so much more money on FIFA points, and hope that I get a good player. That's a gamble. That's the worst thing about it. The problem is here, the EA have got vision. This is their vision. They've got potential and vision to look into the future and see this as a good idea. At the moment in time, it's not really going to be the best at this moment in time. But the outcome in the eventual long term will be good. So this is why I'm okay with it. I'm sort of in the boat. I'm not for, I'm not against. Further restrict illegitimate coin transfers on the transfer market. Meaning that if you put up a bronze player for 1 million coins, that's not possible anymore. That's virtually not possible. Again, you've got all this different information here about how the new informed foot player items will work, sort of thing, and how all price ranges will be universal across Xbox, PlayStation, and PC. That's a good idea because Xbox, PlayStation, and PC will now have all similar or same prices, which is damn good. One of the disadvantages is you look at some of the cheaper players who are on the market at the moment. And I'm on Ultimate Team right now, and you might be able to hear my clicking. But basically, when I go to my club, I go to some of the weaker gold players. You know, some of the cheaper ones that I was getting for around 2k, 3k. A player like Ramsey. Let's list him on the transfer market. Bought for 6,500, minimum price 150, max price 7k. Now, that gives a massive variation in my opinion still. They've tried to keep it proportionate. With Messi, there's a 2.5 million price gap. And again, with Ramsey, it's sort of proportionate, but to me, that's sort of the worst proportion, because to me, that seems like anywhere between 150 coins and 7k, you still get a bit of deciphering between the market, the fluctuation in the market still deciphers whether he's going for that minimum price or whether he's going for the full-out maximum 7k, which is good. It can be bad, but in my opinion, that's pretty good as well, because it still has a little bit of trading there. That it has taken a massive gulp out of the trading side of this game, which is a bit of a shame. But I didn't really trade much anyway, so it doesn't affect me, but it affects the large majority. And I mean, that is a positive and a negative, because yeah, it allows a bit of fluctuation, but at the same time, it is sort of, again, if they're going to introduce price ranges, so you can know what players' prices are like that, then it's got to be slightly more specific. But, on the other hand, again, you've got the counter-argument, which I mentioned earlier. It still allows a slight bit of market fluctuation. Problem is, because it's in the middle here, it's slightly towards the lesser side, but because it's in the middle, it's sort of confusing, because now it's in the middle, it doesn't really do one or the other. It just sort of hangs between both boats. It's sort of in the blank space, in the bliss, if you like. A lot of people have had a negative reaction to this, which I find really unfair. I don't think it's a negative thing. But a lot of people have had a positive reaction as well. There's been a very mixed reaction. I will really enjoy to see how this game pans out. I just think because it's mid-game, it will affect the ones who haven't bought coin sellers, or haven't bought coins more than the ones who have. Because I've never bought coins before. Never in my life have I bought coins. Ever. And I mean, I think it's just a massive shame that, yeah, you've got this situation coming into FIFA 16, you'll be fine. But if you look at the present tense, FIFA 15 is pretty much wrecked now. For me, anyway. Because I don't have the 1 million coins in the bank. I don't have the money to just buy FIFA points left, right, centre. So I've got to earn them coins. And I've got a massive, massive disadvantage. Especially considering some people have already gone ahead and got them teams. Which, it leaves me in a bit of a blank space. Another negative, really, is that it just seems a bit dodgy. It just seems a bit... People don't like change, basically. I'm glad to welcome change. And one of the things which I like the most is the new inform part. I will really, really look forward to seeing whether they sort of try and vary it out with the market, or whether they go straight in and do what they would do in FIFA 16 and put the informs a lot cheaper. That will be really cool to see. I think the main point is they've got to make the rewards more interesting. They've got to have a better pack percentage, cheaper FIFA points, because at the end of the day, it doesn't cost EA anything to put a Messi in your pack. It doesn't cost them anything to put Messi in your pack, does it? It doesn't. It just simply doesn't. Obviously, there's that side of, oh yeah, if you get Messi, then you're not going to buy any more because you're sorted. But at the same time, people still will, because they've got. I think ultimately, when you're a business and other people are making money off you, and in a lot cheaper way, like coin sellers, or from EA, then you sort of want to. You're annoyed. You want to clamp down. You want to do something. You want to stand up for yourself. It's not EA's fault. This feature was never meant to. This was never foreseen. In FIFA 9, they never foresaw this because. It's just wrecked. FIFA Ultimate Team is wrecked. Everything about it is messed. And now you've got the rebuild stage. And that's at a cost. It's our fault. Those who bought coins, the coin sellers themselves, it's our fault. It's their fault. Whether you bought coins, then it's partially your fault. I'm not accusing you of being bad. I don't disagree with coin sellers massively. But it is at the end of the day, to an extent, you forced the EA into doing this because I'm not having a go at you. I'm not having a go at anyone who's bought coins. I considered buying coins myself to try and run a series. In the end, I didn't. I could have. Who knows? But at the end of the day, EA wouldn't have had to do this if coin sellers never existed in the first place. The market would be balanced. This is the rebuild stage. EA are trying to find a way of getting rid of the ways that coin sellers exist, rebuilding the market to a stable source, and then maybe eventually they might even remove price ranges. Who knows? I think maybe eventually they might remove price ranges but fix the coin glitches, or literally. At the beginning of FIFA 15, they sat down and said, right, if you buy coins, you're banned. Maybe they haven't banned everyone, but maybe they just sort of said that, not as an empty threat, but as a long-term threat, right? We're not going to ban you, but we're going to do something totally different. Surprise you, shock you, come out from the dark with a brand new idea that no one was expecting to happen, especially until FIFA 16. So, I mean, really, this is a bit of a risk, but it had to be done. It just simply had to be done. And that's where I'm going to end this video. I did thank you for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure you smash the like button. If you want to see more opinion videos like this on changes and news and updates, then make sure you do tell me down below, because I really don't mind doing opinion videos. They're very interesting, because I like to express my opinion a lot, and I like to try and back it up with as much evidence as I can. Again, they're not scripted whatsoever, so if this video is a bit unprofessional and a bit rusty, if you like, then my bad. But anyway, I will see you next time, and hopefully you'll like price ranges and they will be successful.